Given all the hoopla this year surrounding the unveiling of the extraordinary new 2021 Ford Bronco, you'd be forgiven if you forgot Jeep still makes the incredibly popular Wrangler. Jeep would like to remind you that not only is it still the most popular off-roader on sale in the US, but it has more than a few tricks up its sleeve to keep the iconic Wrangler relevant in the face of Ford's new competitor. The latest trick is the new 2021 Jeep Wrangler 4xe plug-in hybrid electric SUV with a potentially whisper-quiet 25 miles of electric-only range. And yes, that's 4xe, like how you'd say 4x4, with the E signifying that this is the new plug-in hybrid electric Wrangler variant that Jeep has been promising for a few years now. At first glance, the Wrangler 4xe seems to be a remarkably simple setup, adding a battery pack and swapping the Wrangler's traditional 8-speed ZF automatic transmission for one that now includes an electric motor. Given the Wrangler's go-anywhere mission, a lot more engineering and testing has been thrown at the SUV to make sure it still works wherever you take it. From the outside, there are new 4xe badges outlined in blue trim to tell you what you're looking at. Blue is also the color of choice for the front and rear tow hooks, script outline, trail-rated badge background, and stitching on the Rubicon seats. The 4xe powertrain will be available on 4-door versions as the base 4xe, Sahara 4xe, and Rubicon 4xe trims, so it's not limited to any high-spec level trim. It will have the same exterior trim and wheel changes that correspond to the trim level you select, so maybe your fenders are painted, maybe they're black plastic, maybe your wheel sizes are larger or smaller. 4xe and Sahara 4xe models get 20-inch wheels, while the Rubicon 4xe comes with 17-inch wheels and 33-inch tires. The biggest giveaway that this isn't a traditional Wrangler is the high-mounted charging door at the base of the driver's side windshield. While the 4xe only minimally impacts the appearance of the Wrangler externally, the bigger and more substantial changes are underneath and inside. The 4xe powertrain builds off of the Wrangler's optional turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. Here, it's combined with the e-torque starter alternator and a new hybridized transmission that replaces the torque converter in the standard ZF 8-speed automatic with a new dual-clutch setup and a built-in electric motor. It enables the Wrangler 4xe to operate in a supposedly nearly silent full EV mode, a full hybrid mode, or full gasoline mode depending on the conditions, battery charge, and what the driver has manually selected. Altogether, the system now makes a very Hemi V8-like 375 system horsepower and a whopping 470 pounds-feet of torque. A 17.3 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack is now mounted below the modified rear seats, which flip and fold but no longer do so completely flat. While rear cargo and passenger volume are not impacted by the addition of the battery pack, total interior cargo volume is slightly lower. The battery is mounted between the frame rails for added protection, and the whole high-voltage system is completely sealed and waterproof, allowing the Wrangler 4xe to maintain the 30-inch water fording rating just like the traditional gas-only Wranglers. Charging should take 10 to 12 hours on standard 110-volt household outlet power, but that drops to just 2 hours if a 240-volt Level 2 system is employed. High-voltage DC fast charging is not offered, and really not needed. 3 modes of operation are selectable via dedicated buttons in the cabin using the new eSelect system. Hybrid, the default mode, electric, and eSave, which saves the state of charge on the battery for later use or can actually recharge the battery using the gas engine. A max regen feature is also included, allowing for one-pedal operation of the SUV through more aggressive deceleration via the electric motor when lifting off the throttle. Jeep says the hybrid combination can launch the Wrangler 4xe from 0 to 60 in just 6 seconds, making it the quickest production Wrangler the company has ever offered. If you're less interested in speed and more interested in efficiency, the overall range of the beast is 400 miles on combined gasoline and electricity, and when treated gently, can actually provide 25 miles of electric-only range. 2 4-wheel drive systems are offered. The base 4xe and Sahara 4xe use the full-time Select-Track all-wheel drive setup with a 272-to-1 low range. It comes with a selectable 2-wheel drive high mode for when you don't need the traction, or full-time all-wheel drive if you just never really want to think about it. The elimination of the torque converter has enabled Jeep to add their Select Speed off-road cruise control, which allows the driver to choose a speed up to 5 miles per hour for off-road slow-speed driving. The Rubicon 4xe model uses the more aggressive Rock-Track 4x4 system with a 4-to-1 low range, electronic locking front and rear axles, a new full-time 4-wheel drive setting, and a crawl ratio of 77.2 to 1. Dana 44 axles are present front and rear on all models, just like the Wrangler Rubicon, and ride height is only marginally different from standard Wranglers, unchanged on the Rubicon and about 10.1 inches on other models according to Jeep. Overall, the Wrangler Hybrid is about 700 to 800 pounds heavier than a comparable gas-only 2-liter model. Towing capacity is still rated at 3,500 pounds, the same as other Wrangler 4-door models, while payload capacity is 1,280 pounds. The cabin is largely unchanged from other versions of the Wrangler, with a few notable exceptions. Since the 4xe is more a powertrain option than a trim level, the interior appearance will be linked to whichever of the 3 trim levels the buyer chooses: Base 4xe, Sahara 4xe, or Rubicon 4xe. There's a new switch panel with the hybrid modes, and an indicator light atop the dashboard now shows the 4xe's battery state of charge. There are now hybrid electric pages on the Uconnect system that show all kinds of vehicle information, as well as provide an efficiency coach for the driver to maximize their eco efforts. The gauge cluster is now different as well, with an analog tachometer and power meter flanking a digital central screen. The new Wrangler 4xe will be available only as a 4-door, and pricing will be announced closer to the vehicle's arrival in early 2021. When that happens, you'll see all the latest details on the new plug-in hybrid Wrangler 4xe on Cars.com.